live. Let me go full screen. Kind of pull this down here, because I always forget to do this. Hi, everybody. All right. We're taking a few days off here in a hotel in the Klein area of Taiwan City. It used to be Taiwan County. But there's something going on outside. And maybe we should take a look at it. I'm sitting here on a sofa. Matthew, how are you? Nice to have you with us. Always a pleasure. Nice to see you, bro. Oh, good. That's cool, man. That's great. Yeah, you got to get away. Got to get away. I know I sound like Rodney Dangerfield, but, you know, got to take some time off. Straight my time. Yeah, there's no table or anything here. It's kind of crazy. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Yeah, it has been a while. Welcome, welcome. Nice to have you with us. Has been a while, but you know, it's like I'm just sitting here. You know, I've got my my friend Ashish. Actually, he's leaving tomorrow. It's kind of sad. He's a longtime friend of mine, and he's taking his family to. Hey, bud, how you doing? All right, nice to have you guys here. Fist bumps everybody all the way around. Ashish is moving his family to Australia tomorrow, and he's been here. I mean, I knew him before he was born. I knew him before his kids were born, and before he was married. Now he's got 2 kids, and yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I'm kind of sad about that. But he hit me up with 3 bottles of Old Monk. Old Monk is a 7-year-old vatted rum from India, and I know you're probably thinking, you know, India is not exactly known for rum, and I think that's probably a pretty accurate statement. But I got to tell you, Old Monk, man, people go nuts for it. It tastes like butterscotch and chocolate mixed together. It's nuts. And 7 years, you know, in oak vats. It's really nice. But there's something going on. I keep looking over here. Sorry, I'm kind of looking back here at the comments. Let me turn the camera around. Let me do this. Monk in my stainless steel cup here. Let's walk out the door. The funny thing is, I gotta tell you guys, I'm wearing a pair of shorts that I bought like 4 years ago, and I've lost so much weight that they keep falling down. Oh, here's the door. They keep falling down. I got a belt on, but when I put them on this morning, they fell down to my ankles. So that's all I need to do. Something going on out here. Let's see what we got. Here's one hint. Seems a little jittery. I don't know why. There's one hint. There's a stainless steel tank over here. Okay. And then, oh, it's going good. I finished the prototypes. There's a bunch of cranes down here. I think they're gonna put some kind of a tank on top of one of these buildings. Now I gotta move my bag out of the way here. I've got my potato chips with me tonight. I got some strawberry cream potato chips I want to try. And we're on the gimbal, and I'm using the gimbal as a power supply for the phone because the phone isn't so charged. Now here's some police here. Yeah, thanks. Some cops here directing traffic. See, they got this side all blocked off here. And yeah, let's go. Whoa, that almost clipped me. See, they come around the corner like this. All right, nobody's coming. I'm gonna walk over here. I'm gonna try to see what's going on. They got the, looks like they got the cranes extended. Some people were out here earlier taking pictures. We were walking by here. We just came back from dinner, and we were walking by here and saw the engineers down the street. There's a big heavy lifting crane over here. I mean, look at this thing. Wow. Let me get up here. Look at this monster. Holy cow. Look at that thing. This came on 2 different trucks. See, they just loaded it off that flatbed right there. I don't know what that piece is called. But anyway, it's got a big shaft and a bearing on it. You can see the pulleys here for the cables. They're doing something big. And they are just now cranking these cranes up out here. They had pulled the trucks in earlier. Oh, there's another tank way down there. Let me go down here and look, see what's going on. I don't want to walk this way. I want to walk over here. Now they put, you know, construction netting up here and a scaffold. There's something they're building. Anyway, yeah, here's one of the cranes. This is a small one. Got a light on the boom. That's pretty cool. And there's the hook. It's not up too far. I mean, it's not very far extended. This guy over here is doing something. Boy, he's turning around. This is a monster, this one. Look at this one. I did not celebrate the 4th of July. Sure is. Yeah, no, they're working at night because they got to cut the road off. And some kind of a cable spool there. Yeah, this is attached. Okay, this is attached. Hey Ken, how you doing? To this crane. See that? That's the crane there. And the cable comes down. It's attached to this little assembly here. I don't know what that is. I gotta tell you, I'm a manufacturing engineer, but I don't know what this is. Now look at this guy. All right. You guys want to follow Ken? He's been doing some great coffee reviews, and I like coffee, and I actually learned a lot about coffee from him, especially the cold brews. Yeah, he knows a lot about those cold brews. And so I'm sitting out here. I got some Old Monk, and I usually don't drink like sweet stuff, but I got a little bit of Sprite in it for the flavor and some soda water. And engineers are coming by and different people looking at me, but nobody's trying to get me out of the way. So oh, you bet, bro. All right. If I press this magic button 3 times, it goes like this. Turns around. So we can say hi. Then we go press it 3 times and it goes like this. Back the other way. So he's going to pick something up here. Now I said there was a tank. See it? Let me see if I can do this. Yeah, there's a tank over there. Another tank, and there's another tank right there. So I see 3 big tanks, and they look like they might be water tanks, but I don't know. See these buildings across the street behind the cranes? Those are all new. It's new buildings, and I have this feeling that they're going to be putting stuff up there. So yeah, which reminds me, I want to thank iVideo.com. If you look up in the left-hand corner of your screen, iVideo.com is providing our internet service here, and they've extended my agreement, our collaboration, which is nice. But I want to tell you, depending on the platform that you're viewing, because we are currently, actually we're on 4 platforms, including DLive, including Africa TV, but depending on the platform, you can look either in the description or in the profile and find a URL and a 10% code. So when you're traveling, be sure to check there first. They got some great deals. They always refund the unused portion of your contract, and it's actually not a contract, it's just an agreement. That's what I like about it. And they also price match. It could be. I was thinking that. But I'm not an HVAC guy. My friend Ed could tell me, but he's not here. But yeah, I mean, let's go down. Let's do this. Let's go down. We'll see. I'm going to go in here. I mean, the tanks are just sitting here, so. This Old Monk, man. Whew. Like I said, tastes like butterscotch and chocolate. The problem is, it ends up being like what we call a ladies' drink. You know what I mean? It goes down so smooth, you're like, oh, this is nothing. I can't even taste the alcohol. And then you get up to use the restroom and you fall down because you're caught and you don't even know it. All right, here you go. These are stainless steel tanks. Yeah, there's fittings on them. But this is typical of the kind of industry that we have here in Taiwan. These, you know, obviously are welded together. You see the weld seams on them and the flanges with the bolts. And some of the flanges are open and they've got some plastic sealing on them. But I don't know what they are. There's like a platform welded on the top of that one with some ears on it. Gosh, I don't know. That's 3 tanks I've seen. I don't see anything down there. But anyway. Yeah, this crane here, I don't know what he's doing. But they put the outriggers on and everything, see? You see the outriggers on the side of the crane here? They got big platforms underneath them. Presumably to spread the weight so it doesn't, so it doesn't, you know, punch a hole in the pavement if they're carrying something really heavy. Well, that's what happens. I mean, people don't often think about that, but there are some of those drinks that go down so smooth and you really can't, you know, taste, there's no bite to it. So you say, oh, the alcohol's in, like a beer or something. And in my travels, you know, around Asia, and, you know, guys like John Sabo and Dave and many others, you know, that have been around and have seen foreigners overseas, we can tell you that a lot of guys end up getting drunk inadvertently. Some of these exotic drinks, oh, this is great, oh, it's fantastic, and they start sucking them down, and we're like, hey, you better be careful with that. Don't worry, I can handle it right. And then yeah, and so they want to go to the bathroom and they end up wetting themselves in a puddle in the middle of the floor because they can't get up. So there you go. All right, it's a cable spool up here, and that's, you know, feeding it's really cool. You can't really see it, so, oh, thanks. You can't really see it, but it's not daytime. There's the cable spool's there, and you know, cable goes up. This is a huge crane, man. What's the brand on that? You guys have seen these before, Lieber. Anyway, let's just do this. We're going to look at the cable spool. Follow the cable up, but I don't think we can see it. Those are lens flares. Those are not UFOs. Those are not spirit orbs or anything. Those are lens flares. Okay. Guys over here are talking about what they're doing, but I can't. Oh, they're pointing to the building. See, they're pointing across the street. They're pointing up there. Yeah. So anyway, hey, I wonder if those are water tanks. I can ask them if those are water tanks. Yeah, let's try ask what the water tanks. Hey, 你好，真的不好意思，不好意思，我请问你，这个是水塔吗？
这个不是水塔，它是装那个热水用的啦。
Oh, for hot water. 这不是冷气的，这是热水。
不是热水的。
Okay, that's the hot water heater. And so cool. Oh, 好，谢谢。哦 ，OK， 我不知道哎。好啊 ，OK， 谢谢啊。
谢谢。
Okay, so they're for hot water tanks. And yeah, there you go. So and I didn't see any electrical connections on them, and he didn't use the word electrical. I don't think they're the heaters. But yeah, that's what that is. So they're going to put I asked them if they're water tanks, and when you say water tank in Chinese, it means like, you know, for drinking water, cold water, because they are water tanks, but they're just hot water tanks. So he made the distinction. Sorry, I think I might have missed a comment, and sorry, but I saw the comment about buffering. Sorry about that. Anyway, gosh, look how big this crane is. That guy is like dwarfed by it. Oh, he's pulling a cotter pin out. He's moving some kind of a shaft on that coupling up there. Oh yeah. Looks like a type of a clevis. Oh, I know. Yeah, they really are. They're changing something out. Now, if you look at this, right? That's some kind of a, yeah, that's a locomotive arm. And if you ask me, I'd say driver's seat is right there. That's him right there. Steinway, how you doing? If you ask me, I think they're changing some kind of a ratio. Maybe, I'm looking at that. See, I don't know anything about cranes. That's a problem. I just know that they just undid that coupling right there. And I don't know what that is. Those of you who know cranes are gonna have to pipe in. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to say, I have no idea. Hoist company, there you go. Yeah, see, that's something that you have to keep in mind. You'll sometimes hear people talk about winching things, winching up. Winching is horizontal and hoisting is vertical. So a winch would be like on the bumper of a Jeep. But the minute you throw a pulley like up on a branch of a tree and you're picking something up vertically, you are hoisting. So that's what this is. It's a crane, but it's a hoist. So that's a little, you know, trivia there. Yeah, there you go. Well, you're welcome to take a screen cap if you want to. So, I think this is a lot, you know, more interesting than just watching me talk. So, that was cool. The guy's up there in the top. And, I mean, you can see how many sections there are. This thing is massive. Okay, if you can imagine, right, all these sections are collapsed in here, right? They're all collapsed. But if you take this distance from there down to somewhere in there, that's, you know, like that's how much is in that tube. So if you extend all those things out, so there's, you know, there's the flange on the tube, then I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections, and then the end with the multiple pulleys on it. And okay, I know what this is now. This is a lifting rig. Okay, that is a lifting rig. What they're going to do is they're going to put that on the end of this crane. No, of course they do. Of course they do. Yeah. I mean, they're not used every day, and Taiwan is a small place and it's cramped. There's a lot of construction. You just probably haven't seen them. But this, okay, what they're doing is they're using they're using the small crane, okay, right, to hoist the lifting rig up so it can match the face of this guy. That's what they're doing. Now I figured it out. How are you? Okay, this guy here. See, if you stop and think about it, and I feel kind of, but I didn't realize what it was. You can't just pick one of those tanks up. I mean, it's a big hulking bulk, you know, and it's unlikely to be balanced in the middle. And they do have a couple of eye hooks on the top, but you can't, I mean, there's no way that you're going to pick that thing up a 25-story building on those. So this is a lifting rig. They're going to wrap some kind of cable around it or some kind of strap around it or something. And I'm guessing that may be what that spool of stuff is. That may be some kind of a strap to go around the tank. So there you go. That's what they're doing. Wow. That's my guess, my best guess. And you can see all the sections here of the crane. You can see how many sections there are and how long that tube is. You get an idea of how high that monster can go. And it's got to go, I mean, it's got to go like all the way up there. I mean, that's up there, man. Yes, and the reason it's strong is because it's braided. It's wire rope, like the Golden Gate Bridge. The brilliant engineer who designed that over-engineered it. Yeah, it's here. Let me show you. That's it right there. H-E-R-R on the end. So we got our guys here. They're working late at night. It's 20 minutes before 11 o'clock p.m. So it's 22:40 or 22:39 local time here in Taiwan. And these guys are humping, man. All right, here's the other one. Ken, that, as far as I know, those are office buildings. That's what my wife told me. She said that there was a new office building. Okay, so, oh, wait a minute. Oh, this is crazy. Okay, remember before we saw those other sections back there? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop telling you what I think this is, because every time I do that, it turns out I'm wrong. See, I don't know anything about cranes. Remember at the beginning when I was walking down the street and we saw those sections down there? Hey, Coco, how you doing? Always a pleasure to see you. Down here, there's other sections, really heavy-duty sections. That's what they're doing, is they're putting those together on the end of this crane. My goodness, that's a hydraulic cylinder. My goodness, what is this? This is, wow. I am completely wrong. Well, we can kind of reflect now if you want to, but I'm going to check my battery here. Okay. I'm down to 26% even though I'm on external power. All right. They're pounding the pins in right now. It does, doesn't it? Yeah, you're not kidding. They're pounding those pins in, see? Yep. Oh, listen to that. Wow, totally got a bell. I could probably, they will probably let me just walk over there, but I don't want to interfere. Get up close to it. Well, it is, you know, you could lose a finger or a couple of them. It's heavy duty stuff. Taiwanese men are tough men, I'm telling you. Macho guys, you know, you see them here. And these kind of engineers are really in Taiwan. They're really craftsmen. They really know what they're doing. All right, this guy here, he's turning around. And, oh, I think I know what he's going to do. All right, let's do this. I'm going to go behind this gentleman because he's filming. Yep, he's going to pick up one of these sections over here. So I'm going to follow this, okay? Yeah. These are sections over here that, I mean, this is heavy lifting stuff. So, all right, he's picking up this section. Oh, was it? Dino is busy. Did you happen to scope it? That would have been cool. Matthew, take care. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. And we'll see you on the replay. Thanks so much. And Matthew, enjoy your time off, man. Enjoy your time off. Yeah, it's the 4th of July here, but it's not the 4th of July, if you know what I mean. All right, so they got this piece here. All right, I'm going to go down here. All right, they're going to put it on the end of this. That's what they're going to do. And several people are out here watching this. I think I'm going to stand right here. All right, that's the piece. Man, I can't believe how wrong I was about that whole thing. Okay. I understand. But man, I know like, I'm gonna have to ask my friend Ed. I'm gonna show Ed the replay because Ed will know this stuff. He's a building maintenance engineer. He's seen this done a billion times. All right, the guy just put a pin in there, so thank you. All right, I know the resolution's a little low when I zoom in, but he's pounded a pin in. I want you to see that. And they're taking up the slack in the cable right there, guys. All right, I gotta back out a little bit. Yep. For sure. All right. Now, what they've done is, I didn't even see this. They raised a tower. Wow, that crane has some amazing stuff on it. So, look at this. I'm going to zoom out. They raised the tower on that thing. Oh my goodness, this is like you know what? I think I just figured it out. I mean, that is a suspension bridge. This is an extension. They just don't have enough reach to place it. Oh, okay. I think this is so, I mean, it's one thing to lift it on top of the building, right? But you can't just like set it on the edge. You have to set it where it goes, and it probably goes like near the center of the building. And so that's what that looks like. So that's exactly like a suspension bridge, same principle. So when they tighten these cables, then they've got control over this boom, see? And they've also got these hydraulic cylinders there. So they have attached detached, there it goes, the small crane. And now he's, what he's doing is, he just took the pin out. Okay, so they're going to get the other extension here. Wow, this is amazing. All right, thanks. I mean, I'm not doing it, I'm just shooting it. I'm glad I got my gimbal with me. Otherwise, this would have been really hard to watch. Okay, these guys really know what they're doing. I mean, you notice how fast they're doing this? I mean, if I was doing this, I'd still be on my first section. I mean, come on. All right. Now, when I'm zoomed at this level, is the resolution still okay? I know it's a little grainy, but is it watchable? Goes up. Okay, thank you. All right, there she goes. Wow. All right. I'm going to swing her around. I'm going to come over here now. And I got to get a little bit over this way. I want to show you. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Betty. Hey, nice to see you, Betty. Thanks, Dean. All right, here it comes. They're going to have it, they're going to mate it up. I'm going to leave it at this zoom level. All right. So the sign on the left fits in between there. See, there you go. Now he's gonna, because it's easier for me to see, he's gonna pound the top pin in. Yep. Other guy's got. Oh wow. Now the near side. Okay, good. Now the near side, he popped it in. Wow. You know what? And now he lowered the crane and he's popping in the bottom one. What was so amazing was the crane operator lowered that thing down so the pins just slid right in. I've never seen anything like that. He lined that thing up. That guy could diaper a baby with that crane, I'm telling you. Man, oh man. These guys are skilled in their work. There's a couple more sections that are going on this thing. This thing is going to be a monster. Wow, this is really cool. I gotta admit, this is the first time that I've ever seen anything quite like this. I mean, I've, set up several factories and had, you know, it seemed like a 50-ton Verson brake in the air and stuff. Yeah, I don't know why that is. I really have no comment because I've got, you know, nothing to, I mean, no experience, but I did see a video the other day. Guy's giving me the peace sign. I did see a video the other day about why the U.S. doesn't have any high-speed rail system, and a guy came out and said that the U.S. can't build things quickly and cheaply. The U.S. can build, you know, really good stuff. I mean, look at the space transportation infrastructure, but they can't build stuff fast and cheap. They can build it slow and expensive. And lots of other countries can do it cheap. All right, now look, they're gonna set that. Now watch. Look at that, and that pin's gonna go right in there. Look at that. I mean, oh, look at, pow, the pin is in. I mean, look at that. This guy, okay, here, the cable goes all the way up to the crane there and back down to there. And this guy lowered that to where they could get the pin in over there like it was nothing. I mean, seriously, that is some high skill. That is what we call in Chinese kung fu. That is some serious kung fu right there, man. Well, I don't want to sound too harsh or anything, okay, but I'm just repeating what that study said. It's on YouTube, actually. You can look it up. Why the U.S. doesn't have a high-speed rail system. That's interesting. All right, so this is the last section here, and all these guys that are filming, I should give them my YouTube channel so they can watch the replay. All right, so they're hooking up hooking it up now. I'm having, for some reason, it's not. I'm going to do this. Hang on a second. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this camera enhance. Hang on a second. Autofocus. I'm going to make my autofocus more aggressive. Okay. Here we go. Autofocus is aggressive. There you go. So this should autofocus better. We'll see. All right, so there they go. He's going to steer it a little bit, looks like. Okay. I got to back out a little bit. Okay, there we go. Here it comes. Whoa. There's like a little car underneath it over here. And, all right. Oh, okay. Well, when I lived in Boston, we used to say, "What's yellow and sleeps 4?" Boston Edison truck. Yeah, there'd be one guy in the hole and 4 guys standing around smoking cigarettes. All right, it's off the cart. I better back up. See, I would never be allowed to be this close to it in a Western democracy, let's just say. Now, I want you to watch this again, okay? I'm going to zoom in. This guy's got a crane, and he's going to park this thing to where these 2 sections line up and they can pop the pin in. Now watch this. Now watch it. Oh, this is fantastic. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Like I said, the guy could diaper a baby. He's got the pin there and he's gonna pop it right in. Ready? And there it is. Boom, it's in. Boston Edison. Boston Edison is the name of the power company. I mean, that's how old it is. It's got Edison's name in it. Okay, so now he's because of the truck here. See the truck here? He's got it. They got to close that gap down there this way, right? So it's a little tight. They're pounding it in with the sledge a little bit. but there's not much clearance over there, see, with a truck, and so they got to close that gap up. So they may have to lift it up. He's actually on the truck. He's touched the truck, and let's see if there's enough clearance for them to get that pin in. And if it does, if it won't come together tight enough, they're going to have to lift that boom up a little bit. Because when they lift the boom, then it'll pull up from this section and close up. All right, so they're putting the top pin on the far side. Putting that in. All right. This is by far the largest lifting rig I've ever seen. Oh, I know. I know. And you can't do that with a robot. Just the jigs and the fixtures. Okay, so he's lifting that up now. And, oh, I know why he's lifting it up. The truck driver's running. I was wondering about that. The truck driver is running. Now that they got the top pin in, I think he's gonna try to move the truck out of the way. My guess is he's gonna back up and pull out. And that way they can lower the boom. See, there you go. There's the term, guys. They're going to lower the boom so they can get the bottom pin in. Let's see what he does. I'm so glad I got my gimbal. This would be terrible trying to hand hold this. All right, maybe I should tell him he's on live TV. All right, time to get going. Well, thanks, Mike. I mean, I didn't do it. I just happened to be staying in a place that this was going on outside. Guys have hopped off here. Taking a hit of my old monk. I don't know what's going on. They're waiting for him to move out of the way. I don't know what's going on. But, all right. Here he goes. All right, he's got it back up. Notice this here, guys. See this? This section here? There's so many motorcycles in Taiwan, motor scooters, that the trucks have those barriers in the middle. Oh, they told him to stop because they're going to run into interference here. He's got to get out of here. He might have to. Well, no, I guess he can. But yeah, this little the guardrail in there keeps scooters from getting stuck underneath there. All right, now that the truck is out of the way, he's telling him, okay, that's good. He's saying hold up in Chinese. Now that see, he's lowering it down. Now that it's clear, now the pin's going to match because it's coming together. Okay, good. And there it is. He put the pin in. Wow, that was quick. Just pound it in. All right. And now another engineer at the other end is doing something on the front of the rig at the same time. Cool. There's a skinny cable coming off the pulley down there. Skinny cable. And I don't know where it's going to, but I can't see it. It's too dark. He's pulling the cable over there, see? Wow. Gonna put it right down on the ground. Maybe. Oh no. It's not gonna go there. Oh, it's self-supporting. The I don't think it is. I think it's chrome moly. They're unhooking it now because the tension is off. I thought it was going to have to touch the ground, but it doesn't. It's supporting. It's supporting itself, its own weight. Wow, this is really, really something. All right, I'm gonna have to do something here. I'm gonna have to go over here and do this. So I think I know why they were unhooking those links, those locomotive arms, because I think that was so they could raise the tower. So this is the whole thing, man. And the crane has a tower on it down there. And this is the little crane there. Well, let me do this. Taiwan is great because there's no OSHA. I'm going to come right over here. I'm plugged into the gimbal. Yeah, there you go. All right, so there's no OSHA, man. Nobody cares. Wow, look at that thing. What I like about it, this is cool. Look at the cross section of that. See that? It's like big, small, big, small. Look at that. And then there's the tower. All right, and we got the glare of the traffic light behind it. Now the small crane is coming back. So I'm going to get out of the way. I think he might be coming over here to pick this thing up. Whoa. Thanks, Ken. Yeah, I want to get, see, that's what I want to do. I want to get out of the way of that thing. See, I was standing right there. So yeah, I want to get out of the way of that. Got a big bumper on it. That's cool. All right. Take it away. Yeah, thanks. All right. It's a beautiful night here. I'm about maybe 60 kilometers north of where I live in Taoyuan City, in a place called Huishan, which means Turtle Mountain in Chinese. Take a couple days off here with the family, but nice breeze. Really, really nice. It's about I'm going to say about 25, 24 degrees C. And wow, quite a considerable breeze. You may hear it. I don't have any windscreen on the mic. Now let me check my power. I got 12% left. What kinds of ball? 我看直播，
我听不到。
live show，
来秀。
对对对对，很多人看啊，哈哈。
是啊。
对呀。I don't know why, but you didn't understand what I meant, but that's okay. I didn't. I was just in the neighborhood, and we were walking to dinner, you know, and we saw it. And my wife said, "Oh, that's a new these are 2 new office buildings that just went up." I don't know how she knows, but. When we were going to dinner, they were just blocking the street off, and all these cranes and stuff. All this stuff here was just lying on the road here, right? It was connected to this thing, like, you know, from over here where this car is to over there is where all this stuff was lying. And then these big cranes started to show up, and then when we were coming back from dinner, they had already blocked the street off. And that big monster crane was sitting there, and guys were standing around, and they were like pointing to the building and you know, obviously talking about it, discussing it. So all right, thanks, Mike. And they were, and you know, so we knew something was going on, but I didn't know what. But I wanted to do a live stream tonight, and I was gonna just like stream from the hotel, but the lobby, but it kind of stunk because there wasn't a table. All right, so I don't know how much longer I can go. I suppose I can just let the phone die, but then, I mean, I wouldn't be able to say goodnight or anything, but. So, all right, now, we went to a Japanese restaurant and had some great Japanese food. And I can post those pictures in the late night line group. For those of you who are interested, if you look in the upper right hand corner, you see our website, taiwanlive.tv, and you can use the menu and look for the late night show. And there's a QR code for the Line app, L-I-N-E. It's a very, very popular app all over Asia. It's gaining popularity in Europe and North America. And you can join us. We have our own group, and it's a nice bunch of people. And we'd love to have you. All right, now, not sure what the guys are doing here, but man, I can't believe how wrong I was about that whole thing. So, hey, Avery. Well, Mike, we'd love to have you. I was so wrong about that whole lifting rig and all that. You know, I've got no experience with this. I mean, I've seen like some small cranes that we would use basically in factory installations, you know, moving. Like I participated in moving one factory from another back in the 80s, and we had like a couple of punch presses and some bending brakes and so forth, you know, in the air off of flatbeds, but nothing like this. I mean, this is a monster lifting rig. I mean, look at this thing. It's crazy. Hello from Russia. Hey. Привет. Как поживаете? Меня зовут MJ. All right, here we go. I'm going to go down here and see what these guys are doing. My Russian stinks. Я говорю по-русски не хорошо. Извините. Yeah, there you go. Bending brakes. Now this is a gentleman that I talked to over here a minute ago and asked him about the, you know, what the purpose was. Now they're lifting this thing up. Can you see this? Can you see this? Thanks, Avery. Спасибо. I'm an engineer, and whoa, wait a minute. I'm gonna move back. They're moving this thing. This thing is moving, man. It's like, whoa. Okay, I'm an engineer and I'm a songwriter and a musician and a professional recording artist, and I am living in Taiwan with my family and loving it. Look at that thing. My goodness, look at that thing. Wow. Look at the power and the strength of that. See, because of that tower over there is suspending that. Look at this thing go, my goodness. I think they're going to pick this thing straight up in the air. This is scary. Oh, I'm not going to do any paid interviews, man. Anyway, wow, look at that thing. Wow. This is really something. Holy smokes, that was scary. When that thing started moving, that's like being next to a whale or something, you know? Gonna flip its tail. Like, better get out of the way. All right, look at that. Now, I want to point something out. You see how high this is? I mean, the crane itself is not even extended. You see all those sections? They're collapsed together. The crane is not extended yet. Now this is a small crane moving out of the way. So they put that boom on it up there to give them a little extra reach on that crane. But I mean, look at it. It's not even extended yet. It's like, oh my goodness. I don't know how many stories that is. Oh man. Woohoo, that is up there. They're putting it straight up in there. I'm gonna come over here. This is really something. I gotta come over here. Yeah. Technology, huh? What really gets me though is when I think about those ancient construction projects. Now, that's so high that it's disappeared into the darkness. I can see with my eye, but I can't see it with the camera. Now let me see if I can. And if there's any way, oh, they just turned some lights on. Let me see if there's any way that I can adjust the exposure. I'm going to make a 6-step increase in exposure. There we go. There we go. Now look at this. Wow. That thing disappears into the blackness. Holy cow. And that tower that we saw a minute ago is now, whoops, sorry, I hit my gimbal, is basically horizontal. See it? This thing is a monster. Yeah. And here comes the hook. That's why they turned the lights on. Look at this. This is so cool, man. The hook is coming down. You see it? Here it comes. Now, I think the reason they put that extension on there is so they don't have to extend the crane so far, because you know that when they're extending the crane, it's weaker, right? There's a limit. Now, I saw some guys earlier. What they did was, believe it or not, they took a tape measure from the side of the truck over here to these columns. They wanted to see what the distance was, and now I know why. They want to make sure that the tower can clear. Look at that. Oh my goodness. This thing looks like a transformer or something. It's a monster. Wow. I'm all the way out too. Thanks, Mike. I'm about 8% on my battery too. I'm zoomed all the way out, and I'm using a wide-angle lens. So that just goes to show you. Wow. All right. I think we're going to run out of battery, guys. This is a shame. All right, the hook's coming down. There's the hook right there. See? Maybe I can make it to the point where we can hook it up. I just don't know how they're gonna lift it off the truck, because I was saying before that that's a really slippery, tricky thing unless they've got a rig for it. Oh boy, this is bad. I got 4% battery left, and I do have the, hang on a second. I'm gonna try to switch. This is gonna be kind of ugly. I'm gonna try to switch to my other power supply and see if it works better. So I need you to indulge me just for a second while I do this. Hold on. Hi, thanks. Sorry about that. Sorry guys, this is going to get kind of shaky, but I got to do this in order to make this work. I got to unplug one thing and plug another thing in. Sorry about that. I'm going to try to hold it steady, but all right, hold on here. I got to unplug this. This is going to get ugly. Thanks. All right. And we go. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. There we go. Sorry about that. All right. That's the hook. I think we're okay now. We'll see. We're down to 3%. All right. Listen, if we lose it, we lose it. Hey Dave, nice to have you with us. All right, we're coming down to the end. I'm actually using the battery bank in my ivideo.com.tw Wi-Fi box because I was using the gimbal to power it, and the gimbal does not have enough output. Now, this, I can't really, it's like way, I mean, look at this. This is way up there. And I have a 6-step increase on the exposure, and it's in the dark. You can't see it. They are raising it up though. You see, they are extending the crane. See? This thing is going up like I've never seen it. Oh man. All right. Now the object is to get these 2 tanks on top of the buildings. And as I said earlier, when I talked to the guy, he told me that they're hot water tanks for the building. And these are office buildings going up. All right, I'm plugged into an external battery bank and I'm holding at 3%. So we'll see what happens. Guys over here are having a little smoke break. This thing is just awesome. I've never seen a crane like this, ever. And it's just going up and up and up. That main section, I can't even see it anymore. It's out of sight. It's completely out of sight. That thing there is an LED light that's not connected in any way to the crane. It's disappearing into the night. It's so high. It's crazy. Now, that little speck there is the hook. I can't tell if it's coming down or not. I mean, eventually it has to. They got to pick up the tank. But the crane is still going up. My gimbal's acting funny at this angle. Okay. They slowed the engine. I think they, as far as I can tell, I'm looking and yeah, I think they've stopped extending it. Anyway, wow. Dave, how are you? Oh, sorry about that. I pulled on the cable. All right. Yeah, we have a low power situation here. I've exhausted my battery doing this. All right, those are the 2 tanks that are going up. Well, thanks. I'm not sure how to take that. Because this isn't really that big of a deal, but yeah, okay. Yeah. All right, here's the problem, guys. Look. This is going to take a while to go up. I don't have that much time. I got to get out of here. And I'm running out of battery. So I think I'm going to have to sign off. That's what I think I'm going to have to do. Because, yeah, it's getting late. I got to go. But I wanted to catch this, and I wanted to share it with you. And so here it is. Here's the tanks. Thank you. Here's the tanks. And here's the biggest monster crane I've ever seen with an actual suspension tower on it, okay, and disappearing into the night. And that little dot over there right next to the T in Taiwan Live is the, well, like this on the other side. This little dot right over there is the hook coming down. Thanks, Ken. All right, you guys take care. And we'll see you next time. Hopefully I'll be able to come on later. I mean, not tonight, but and then in the next day or two or so. 你好，你好。你叫什么？
阿佳
Aja. This is Mr. Aja. Aja 先生啊，我叫 Michael. Yeah.
，Michael，
So 看直播的我的 fans 看就是
哎，是嗨啊，
对，他说这很有意思，很有意思，
很有意思。
对对对，就是
500吨啊，500吨。
这是真的吗？ This is a 500-ton crane. Wow, 这么大，it's a 500-ton crane. 对，我知道哎，哇
500吨啊，
，wow.
上面那个
Oh, I see what he's saying. Okay, let me show you. Oh, wait a minute. 不是1500
1500是 email 500
Oh, okay.
，email 只有500吨。
Okay, so it's a 500-ton crane.
1500一盒8.1。8.1
Okay.
8.1就是有8个轮子。
Oh, I see. It's eight tires. Okay, 8
7
tires. Oh, I see. Oh, 8 tires. Okay. 这样子我听不懂。谢谢啊。Okay. Bye-bye. 谢谢。Bye-bye. All right, take care. So, well, that was cool because I wanted to know, the rating of the crane. It's a 500-ton crane, so there you go. That's what it is. All right, you guys, take care. So, thanks so much for joining. I got to get out of here, and like I said, I'm gonna try to get on in the next couple days while I'm down here taking some time off. You guys take care. Thanks so much for watching Taiwan Live TV, and have a good night, a good afternoon, or morning wherever you are, and enjoy the day. Thanks, and we'll say it's Ai Chen from Taiwan. Bye bye.